Upon arriving in Kuwait, it was the duty of the 1st of the 34th to perform convoy security along routes traveled by soldiers and equipment moving in and out of Iraq. It was October 2011 when Commander-in-Chief Barack Obama declared that all U.S. troops would be out of Iraq by the end of the year. With that deadline so near, the Red Bulls had to work around the clock sending convoy escort teams into Iraq to secure the roads and ensure safe travel routes for other soldiers making their way out of country.
We've done a lot of training. I have a lot of really strong NCOs, not just in my platoon, but throughout the company. Our leadership above us has done a great job in preparing us and giving us the equipment and the training that's needed for us to be successful. So overall, I'm extremely confident that we're doing a good job, and I think we're going to continue to do a good job throughout this mission.
I like my cat. They're all pretty strong cats, but I like mine especially. Very competent, very able, and we get along all together. We're pretty tight-knit.
These convoy escort team missions were conducted by the 1st of the 34th, one of the 194 Combined Arms Battalion, the one of the 94 Cavalry Regiment, and two of the 135 Infantry Regiment, who provided supplemental area security as the convoys traveled in and out of Iraq. The Oklahoma National Guard's one of the 180th Cavalry also performed these missions alongside the Red Bulls.
Without security for those convoys, they'd be getting looted and hijacked coming and going out of Iraq. So to provide that security for them so we can make sure that all the billions of dollars of the U.S. equipment that is in Iraq gets out, I think that's a huge piece of that drawdown to make sure that we can facilitate a safe means for all those convoys and the pieces of equipment to get out of Iraq. As we get towards the end of the mission, we start looking back at what have we done. Sometimes you lose sight of what you've accomplished, and the numbers are huge. We have done a collective 1.29 million combat miles between all of our gun trucks. We have escorted over 23,000 semis in and out of Iraq on these convoys. We've escorted in and out of Iraq for State Departments and for sustainments up on these bases over 66 million gallons of fuel. So it's some of those numbers that when you look at it, it's like, holy cow. The outpost supported over 8,200 soldiers during our time there. Provided over 2,500 meals, for guys that, would have gone to bed hungry because the chow halls were closed, but, we facilitated stuff like that, And you look back on it, and that's what really gives you the big picture. Yeah, we did. We made a difference, and it feels good.
The feats of these cats are undeniably great, but without the support of the mechanics who worked diligently to keep every vehicle mission ready, their success would not have been possible.
A lot of the things that we take care of here in this shop ensure that our vehicles perform to the best of their ability, and without us fixing the major problems that come through here, the drivers, the gunners, and the TCs, they couldn't complete their mission.
We do anything and everything. We help basically anyone that comes in. We've had the Air Force come in, help them out, Navy. Anything that's needed here, we basically do what we can to help them all out. And everything's mission capable or needs to be. And that's what we always work to do.
Of course, mechanical support was only a fraction of what was necessary to keep a mission-capable force. The 134th Brigade Support Battalion, located at both the Logistics Support Area and Camp Virginia in Kuwait, had a heavy load with their base management mission, ensuring Red Bulls and transient soldiers alike had good living quarters and working amenities.
Hello, pod management.
The pad section is providing the lifeline for those transient units actually coming through the transient tents. We do daily and weekly walkthroughs of the area to make sure that everything is in good working order. We prepared the best we could to get ready for them. And then they started coming and they didn't seem to stop. Well, I'm very proud to wear the Red Bull on my shoulder, and it's a great organization. It comes with a lot of respect that's been earned to the Red Bulls. It seems like every time meet a new transit unit, they recognize the patch, and they know that it's Minnesota National Guard. And a lot of times people talk about how they were here the last time the Red Bulls were here, or met some Red Bulls in Afghanistan or whatever, and always had good positive things to say about it. So I'm proud to be part of that organization, and hopefully I'm continuing that legacy for what I do here. Doing the best that I can for the transient soldiers. Needs a refrigerator in their living quarters. Managers come in and make sure that the cots are serviceable, make sure that they're in good working order.
Beating President Obama's deadline, the Red Bulls paved the way for the final soldiers in Iraq to return to Kuwait on December 18th. Most of the soldiers coming out of Iraq were returning to the United States for a well-earned rest. But the first of the 34th Brigade Combat Team's mission in Kuwait wasn't over. The brigade's 1 of the 125 Field Artillery Battalion was one of many who supported the brigade's Force Protection mission, conducting security at the Kuwait seaport of deportation and embarkation, where all of the equipment that was hauled out of Iraq goes before it is sent back to the United States.
Oh, I'm just sweeping all the sand.
Radius around the outside of the fire. They do that. They're out there checking road grids, and they've got locals out here. They're rotating cars, sheep farmers, and they coordinate with people, talk to them, out of there. Sometimes they find feed, get them up, and so they've got a good base with those people.
During their time in Kuwait, the 1st of the 34th worked alongside their counterparts to conduct several types of missions to ensure the constant security of U.S. soldiers and equipment.
What we'll do is, what this mission is called, it's an R&R mission. Basically we show up, and guys coming in and out of country on R&R, we escort them to and from wherever they're going. We try to be as safe as possible. I think the biggest threat that we face here are the drivers. The roads are very dangerous here, and we worry a lot about the buses and convoy security out on the roads, because the drivers, they pretty much do whatever they want here without too much enforcement.
There's new points of contacts, there's new drills that they do. They got different TTPs, especially since we used to work with the Navy and now we're switching back over to the Army. So they got their different procedures, and so it was a good exercise, not only for us, but talking with the commander from the 202nd EOD that's with the BSTB over at Camp Arifjan, that they've actually learned some stuff too, because they've never had to respond off of Camp Arifjan. So not only was it a good exercise for us to learn from them and to get a good relationship with them, they learned some new stuff too themselves to respond off of Camp Arifjan.
We're actually going through a Table 6 qualification, which is a crew qualification on the M109 Alpha 6 Paladin.
They know how to train in the snow, though.
In addition to training with the Kuwait National Guard, 2 of the 135 conducted expert infantrymen training and testing for participants throughout the 1st of the 34th while in country.
The Guard typically does not conduct expert infantry badge testing because it's very time-consuming and time-intensive, labor-intensive. So it's worked out well for us to be able to do these on deployments.
If you look back in history time, people who received 2 Purple Hearts, you kind of look at them with a lot of respect and honor of what they've done. And then I look at myself, and now I have 2, and I don't really put myself in the category of those people.
Task Force Wild has been playing hockey at Arifjan since we got here back in July. It's something that's part of what we do. We do it 2-3 days a week. Coming together with the rest of the Red Bulls is truly special for us, and it's something that we get really excited about. Hockey's in our blood. It's what we do. We brought it here to Kuwait with us.
To celebrate with the soldiers, an organization called Serving Our Troops made the journey from Minnesota to Kuwait to grill premium steaks for the soldiers and offer them a small taste of home.
The organization is called Serving Our Troops. They've been traveling around the world feeding steaks to the deployed Minnesota National Guard for almost 8 years.
To smell steaks on the grill overseas in a military area is really a special thing, because it sends an amazing message of support from Minnesota and all the communities in Minnesota that we're with you every step of the way.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're making money here today.
I want to say thank you very much. I can't express in words how grateful I am. And just hope that everything we do for you guys out here makes you proud.
On behalf of everybody here at Camp Deering, thank you. We're proud of you, and we look forward to seeing you in the spring.
Through dedication and professionalism, these soldiers honored the Red Bull legacy, once again making a profound impact on world history.